Today I'm going to show you how to automatically get all your new subscribers from Leadpages, landing page for example, uh, over to Google Sheet. Assuming that you have Leadpages landing page set up and connected to Drip, all you need to do is create a campaign with no emails in it. You can just simply create a campaign. So what I've done here is used new subscribers to Google Sheet. That's how I named my campaign. And there are no emails in this campaign, and just activated the campaign. That's all I did. Now, once you have this set up, and so by the way, I've also just created a test account. So you can create a test account like a sub account in your Drip account, and then just create this new subscribers to Google Sheet campaign and activate it, and that way you can keep it separate from your main domain or main account within Drip. So this could be useful if you're working with a client and for some reason the client doesn't want to use their Drip account, or they're not using Drip, and you have a way to connect your sub account, Drip account, with that landing page so you can actually receive new subscribers. And then you got to use Zapier, because there is no connection directly from Leadpages over to Google Sheet at the moment. So we got to use Zapier, and Zapier, inside Zapier you create a zap from Drip to Google Sheet. So I'll take you to Zapier and show you how I created that zap, and then show you the Google Sheet and a sample of a couple of tests that I've done. So here I am in my Zapier account. What I have done, actually, you can see I've already created it, but I can show you a couple of steps here. So you create a new Zap and you connect your Drip account, whichever account that you want to use. So in this case, I connected the test account, and then this new campaign subscription. What you do is make sure that you click, if you don't see this option, click on this show less common options here, and then it will show you a whole bunch of other options. Otherwise it only shows you more common, I guess, 2 or 3 options to select for Drip trigger. So we want to trigger this as soon as we get new campaign subscription. And so then we continue. And you can see that what I've done here, the top one is my other account, and the bottom one is the one that I just simply said Drip, and I actually connected it and tested it, so it should be fine. And then go back to, and as you can see, the name of that account is test account, as you saw in my Drip account, that the test account was a sub account that I had created, and the campaign was under that account. So I selected that, and then you continue. Now over here, what happened was that it asked you to actually run a test where you're actually making sure that you have a new subscriber coming into your campaign. And I did that, but for some reason it didn't work. So I just simply skipped the test, and then it created by default a sample test record, and I'll show you in a minute. And then once I finished the Zap and I activated or turned it on, that's when I went back and actually did a bulk ops within Drip to subscribe myself, or entered an email as a test email, and subscribe to that campaign that I had created to do the test. And that's how I did the test within Drip to test the Zap. And so in this case, it shows that test skipped because it wasn't working, for some reason before I actually finished the Zap and turned it on. So I skipped it and then I continued, and then I went to the next step, the what action. And for this to work, you have to create a Google spreadsheet. So I connected the Google spreadsheet. I created a Google Sheet. Keep saying Google spreadsheet, but it's Google Sheet. And then I created one in my Google account. And let's just see. So I don't know why Zapier keeps refreshing it, but maybe because it's on, and so it's refreshing it. So in this, when you select Google Sheet action, it's a create spreadsheet row. And that's what I did. And then I went to the next step and I just said Google Sheets account number 1. So that's my Google account. Continue. And this is the name of the sheet, Google Sheet that I had created. So that's you can select out of a bunch of sheets that you have in your account, but obviously you need to select the one that you created for this purpose. And then it also, what's required is the worksheet, Google sheet name, and that sheet name I just left it as default sheet 1. I didn't rename it. And then in the Google Sheet, you have to create the columns, headers. So in the first row, you would create column headers, and I just simply selected email. I actually typed in email and then created at. And it has a bunch of options. You can see here that if Drip actually sends these data, then all of this data is actually available. Okay, so you could capture these, and so in this case, I just want to show email, and then I just happen to just pick up another one, created at as another column header, and I made sure I did this before coming to Zapier, and continue there. And then you can see that because I skipped the test because it wasn't working, they just gave me the column B, column A, over here column A with John at example.com, and it's row number 2. Okay, and then I just simply finished it. Okay, and then I turned it on. And that's when I went back into Drip and I did a bulk ops, and I specified my test email address, and I finished the bulk ops to assign that test email address to that campaign for the Drip new subscriber to Google Sheet campaign. So let's go to Google Sheet now and see how the data looks. So here we are. So I'm showing you this Google Sheet, and as I was mentioning, that the first column header I named it email, and the second one created at. And the first test that after finishing up the Zap, it actually recorded this row number 2 here with John at example.com, and you can see that it's got some default created at date. And then when I turned on the Zap, then when I did the bulk ops test inside Drip with my email test email address, you can see that I did this a couple of days ago with this date on the 9th. So it works fine. So this is one way to automatically create a spreadsheet, so you don't have to manually download from Leadpages landing page. There is an option that you can download a CSV file, but this allows you to create a Google Sheet automatically. So I hope this helps.